Hey everyone, welcome again to another Microsoft Mazars Fireside Chat. Today's topic is around Power BI, and with me today is Mark White, our manager of our Power BI practice. Mark, thanks for taking some time. Maybe give a little background about yourself, and then we've got a few questions for you.
Sure. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. So my name is Mark. I'm a manager of the BI data analytics practice within the Microsoft team. So I've got a background in Power BI, global enterprise data warehouse deployments, and Dynamics F&O.
Great, great. So Mark, let's just start it off. Tell us a little bit some of the misconceptions about Power BI.
Sure. I think the main one is people think it's just a data visualization tool, and that's what it is at its heart, but it's not the totality of the product, right? It's a software as a service, and it's a BI platform. So within, the data viz, there's a lot of things like enterprise reporting, there's collaboration between teams, there's subscriptions and alerts and all these different things you can do to create an enterprise data platform.
I realize that some folks might not even know the term Power BI. So is this would you describe this Power BI as the Microsoft report writer, or how would you, for the folks at Mazars, how would you define or describe Power BI?
Sure. So I'll kind of reiterate a little bit what I said is it's a BI platform, and the intention is to be a self-service platform. So you have your reporting and analytics, and then people can, access some of the things you've published and create their own personalized views of those analytics. So it's meant to be a holistic view of data within an organization, not just reports and dashboards, but you could have, again, subscriptions, alerts, collaboration in Microsoft Teams, where you can annotate and comment and interact with all the data in your company.
Okay, so here's a simple question. What's BI? What does that stand for?
BI stands for business intelligence. Some people have different names for the same thing, like data analytics, but the intelligence is really to understand what's the data in your organization, what has happened in the past, how can we make informed, actionable decisions based on past performance.
Got it. Great. For some, they might not have known that, so I appreciate that one.
Sure.
What's your favorite feature about Power BI?
So my personal favorite feature is called the Q&A, which is also known as the natural language query. And you can kind of imagine if you want to search something in Google, it's a very similar experience, except for you're asking a question about your data in a very English natural language format, and it'll render something on the fly for you. So really great for executives who just want to say, show me my sales last year for this office, and creates it for you right there on the spot. It's really cool.
You seem to have alluded there that this is an easy executive dashboard tool as well. Would that be fair?
Yeah, absolutely.
Super. What sets Power BI apart from other competitors?
Sure. So I always like to allude to the Gartner study. So they're a third-party independent research group, and for the last handful of years running, Microsoft Power BI has been in their upper right quadrant of their chart, which is completeness of vision on the one axis and ability to execute on the other axis. And Microsoft is so far away from the competitors like ClickView and Tableau. So I mean, I think the data speaks for itself. In my personal opinion, I think the investment from Microsoft is another thing that sets them apart. Every month, they're rolling out product updates to the platform, to the mobile app, and they listen to users in the community. So you can create ideas for a feature you want, people will upvote it, and Microsoft sees that and they'll put it in the product. And I've seen it many times over the years. So I'd love to see that they're listening.
That's great. Hey, you know what? One more surprise question for you. So I'm going to combine my own answers to two or three. My favorite feature, and what I think also sets Power BI apart, is the fact that the Power BI tool is set on an open data model, right? So what I gather out of that is that you don't have to have Microsoft on the back end feeding data, right? It can be any open data model. Maybe you can, explain that a little bit more to the folks here at Mazars. So I think that's pretty cool that this thing can be used whether they're using SAP or Oracle or other platforms. It's really a tool that can be used regardless of where the data is coming from.
Absolutely. So yeah, it is a BI platform, which is open to many sources. They have tons of connectors, and it could be SAP, it could be spreadsheets, it could be OData feeds, files on SharePoint, files on Teams, all different types of databases, obviously the Microsoft Cloud, and you really just using Power BI as that platform the data source is kind of irrelevant. You can bring together many different data sources, and we've done that in some of our internal reporting here at Mazars.
Great, right? You just worked on a project for Jim Blake, right? Taking in some data from non-Microsoft sources for new financial dashboards. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, I just showed him this morning, and he loved it. So it's very useful. Yeah.
Great. Well, Mark, thanks for taking the time. Really appreciate it. Thank you all for listening.
All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Take care.